the function. Means how we can use arrays as function arguments. So, as you all know that whenever we use a function, that function must have a return type, it must have a name, and it must have some arguments. So in this specific method, we have three specific methods of doing that. In first specific method, what we are doing, we are passing the formal parameter as pointer to the function argument. Let's see an example of that one. In this specific example, as you can see, we have a variable named average. We have an array x that is being initialized with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 specific numbers. And then what we are doing, we are passing this x as parameter to a function named calculate average. And the second argument is total number of elements that this array is having. So when we are passing the name of the array, what actually happens that the very first element's address, that is the address of x0, that is which is having the value 1 here, that will be passed to this specific function. And we all know that whenever the address is being passed, we can retrieve the address, or we can have a pointer which points to the address of any specific element. So we have a pointer here named var1. This var1 is having the address of first element of this array, that is x0. So as you all know that whenever we increment a pointer, say var1 is a pointer here that is having the address of this element. So if we will increment var1 by 1, what will happen? It will point to this. And how can we retrieve the value of any pointer? By writing asterisk of that pointer name. So if we are doing asterisk of var1, if we are going to print asterisk of var1, what we will get? 1. And if we are going to print asterisk of var1 plus plus, what we are getting 2. Same, if we are incrementing it by 1, we are getting 3. Then for 4, then 5, and so on. So every time whenever we are incrementing this variable 1 by 1, we are moving the pointer to the very next element of the array. So that is basically the logic. So what we are doing inside the function, we have taken a variable x as an average. We are initializing s as 0, average as 0, and then as a normal program in arrays, what we are doing, we are traversing the array. We are starting from 0. We are moving till the total size of the array, that is var2, and we are incrementing it by 1. So very first we are moving to the very first element. Then what we are doing, s equal to s plus asterisk of var1. So s is having 0, and asterisk of var1 will get the value at the address, that is 1. Now we are incrementing it by 1. So what will happen? It will move to the address of this value. So now again, when we will move to the second point, then s will have 1, and then 1 plus asterisk of var1, because now var1 is here, it is having 2 value. So it will be added here, 2 plus 1, 3. Next time again, when var1 plus plus will happen, it will move to this position. And now asterisk of var1 will return 3. And then again plus plus will move it to 4. And again plus plus will move it to 5. After that, the loop will be terminated and we will move to this specific point. Then s is having sum divided by var2, that is 5. We will get the average of that number that we are printing over here. So this is method 1, by which we can pass a complete array as a pointer argument to a function, and by which we can print the value of that one. Okay, what's the method 2? Let's move to method 2. In second method, we can pass formal parameters as sized array. Okay, in earlier method 1, we have passed the formal parameters as pointers. Okay, so here we are passing formal parameters as sized array. That instead of using asterisk here, we are simply using the name of the array with the total subscript value, that is 10. In that case, it could be anything as per the size of the array. So let's see an example of this. Again, the same example, we have an array x that is having initial values 1 to 5. We are calling the calculate average function by passing x as argument. We are not passing the size of this here. Why? Because we are using the size itself here with the array. Okay, so a complete array is being passed here with its size. Now what we have to do, we have to normally use the simple traversing concept of array. We will start from 0, we will move till 4, we will increment it by 1, and then we will get sum equal to sum plus x of I, because now this x is completely having all the values that it is having here. It will basically be passed as a reference over here, and we will get all the values 1 2 3 4 5 as per index 0 1 2 3 4. And then after getting the sum, we will divide it by 5 and we will get the average that we will return back. It will be passed to this average and that will be printed over here. So this is another method by which we can pass the complete array as sized array argument, right? What is method 3? Method 3 is same as the earlier one, but in that case, what we are doing, we are not passing the size over there. So how will we get the size? We will have to pass one more argument that will specify the size of the array, or we should know it earlier. As you can see in this example, again we have an array x with initial values 1 to 5. We are calling calculate average function. X is the array and 5 is the total number of elements that this array contains. So we are passing it here. We are not specifying the size here. Okay, size will be mentioned by this s. Again, same variable sum and average. We'll make a loop starting from 0 till s minus 1, and we will increment it by 1. And then what we are getting, sum equal to sum plus x of I. So that the size will be determined by this specific s, and everything rest is same as we do in earlier example. We will get the sum, we will divide the sum by s. S is 5 in this case that we are passing over here, and then we will get the average. That average will be passed to this specific function. We will print the average of the array is this. So guys, these are three specific methods that we have learned till yet. By these methods, you can use any one of these methods to pass the complete array as argument to a function. As we all know that functions are very important. They used to remove complexity of a program. They used to improve the modularity of a program. So it is a better way whenever you are using arrays, especially in C, C++, Java, it is better concept to pass those arrays to functions and then use them for better understanding of programming. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.